Hello, my name is Alicia Bonin, and I'm going to be talking today about the game of baseball. What has inspired me to start this speech is because I played t-ball when I was little, and then I went into softball in grade school, and I actually was a pitcher. I went to a separate pitching coach, and then I played fast pitch, but eventually I just got burnt out on it, but I still love it very much. I'm a huge Cardinals fan. In 1903, baseball was invented from a British game called Rounders. There was different games just like baseball, softball, but it wasn't official, so they didn't have it in the major leagues just yet. To start off, baseball is America's favorite pastime, mostly because it is one of America's favorite activities. A lot of parents start their children out young because any age can play baseball, and then they are hoping to basically get their kids to start young so that maybe possibly after playing high school and college that they will become famous in the major leagues. The positions of baseball, first is pitcher. The object of a pitcher is to pitch the ball to the catcher to try to get the opposite team out, and by doing that they would have to pitch 3 strikes. If they are able to pitch 4 balls, the opposite team will walk to base. The catcher's position is to squat and catch the balls. They also try to help the pitcher into telling what kind of ball to throw, as they are seeing how the batter's form is and what the batter is able to tell by the pitcher. Also, they are out there to look for stealing, to try to get a stealer out, and what happens when a steal happens is a lot of times they'll try to get to second base or third base or even home. It is the catcher's job to try to look out for that, to make sure that that does not happen. There is the infield. We have first base, we have second base, we have third base, and we have shortstop. Shortstop's job is to look out for bunts, to try to make sure we get the out at the first base so that we don't have any runners on base. There is the outfield. We have right field, center field, and left field, and their jobs are to try to make sure they can catch any fly ball or to stop any infield home runs from happening. There are different types of runs. There is a single hit where they just make it to first base. There's a double hit where they make it to second base. And there's a triple where they make it to third base. There is an infield home run where they just hit the home run and make it all the way to home plate, and then there's the grand slam when we have all the bases loaded and they happen to bring all the runners home, which is called a grand slam. There is also different types of baseball. I mean, girls can play softball, and they don't make it quite to the major leagues like guys do, but they can go to college and play softball, and they can actually play a league after college as well. And there's a lot of competitive fast pitch, like for the team Heat in Jefferson City. My little sister played that for quite some time, and I always wanted to play, but I never did. And I used to go and root her on. And there's other ones. There's for guys. There's the Babe Ruth baseball team, and I mean they even have little traveling teams for t-ball too. I mean they're starting kids out very young to do that. There are different other rules too, as to when you can steal a base. Usually there's a third baseman. He is like the coach at third base, and he will do some type of signal. They have a talk and hand motions to tell them what they should and shouldn't do. There's also a coach at the first base. They can actually trade batters and runners per se if they don't feel like the runner they're going to have is a very fast runner. They might have somebody running for them, or a hitter if they feel like that hit wouldn't be good for the pitcher that they're up against. They will have another hitter to try to help their team out. And there are many errors that can occur as well. There's the double play, and that is where a team hits the ball and the second baseman can possibly get it from the first base player that's trying to run to second base, look at them out, and then they throw it to the first baseman and they get 2 outs. Or they have the triple play. They can throw it to third base, to second, to first. and those are one of the major plays, but there's also some mistakes that can happen when they're not exactly keeping their eye on the ball, and the other team gets runs just from errors as well. That's about all I can think of as far as to the game of baseball. It's America's favorite pastime, and I really don't know hardly anyone that doesn't love it as much as I do.